What's up everyone? I'm gonna work on both the thickness and the actual peak. So let's get started with the first one. Okay, so the first exercise is gonna be a very simple dumbbell curl. Most arm workouts that work on the peak are gonna be underhand gripped with either the bars or the dumbbells with your hand underneath the actual bar as such. So you wanna hold it in this form. Just a basic arm curl. You don't want to cheat too much by swinging, going too heavy, and you don't want to come up all the way because that's where you rest the actual muscle. You're not really working it, you're not targeting it. So you want to come up almost where you're at the top, and don't let it fully extend on the bottom either because again, you're resting it. So you wanted to keep it in constant work, but not fully extended and not fully coming all the way up. It's pretty much up, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so that's a very basic dumbbell workout for the peak of your bicep. We're gonna move into another exercise. It's gonna be the easy curl, which is the bar that's got the easy shape on it. Again, that works on the peak depending on where you grip it. We're gonna be gripping it in the middle part of the bar, so that's gonna work on the peak again of the bicep. So let's get it. Alright, so once again, this is gonna be the inner grip. You can do it sitting or standing. Either way is okay. If you stand though, it's a little bit more of a balancing thing that you gotta worry about. If you're sitting, you can isolate it a little bit better, but it's your personal preference, to be honest. So you're gonna hold it in the middle, inner part of the bar. And once again, try not to let it fully extend on the bottom. Try not to let it rest at the top. Yeah, focus on the bicep and really try to squeeze as best as possible. Let's work on the peak. Okay, so that was 2 peak variations. The peak of the bicep, transitioning into the thickness of the bicep, the arm, to actually make it look a little bit thicker whenever you're just standing relaxed with your arms stretched out. We're gonna start with the hammer curl, again, dumbbells. It's a very basic, easy to do exercise. Pretty sure a lot of you have heard of it. It's still very effective to create that thickness in the bicep. So once again, just like the regular underhand grip, the same form applies, except the grip is going to be like you're holding a hammer, the neutral grip. In this position, allow me to demonstrate. Okay, so for the underhand grip, you can actually see how the bicep works with the underhand grip in this position, the way that it moves. But whenever you twist the grip, you see how the muscle kind of shifts up and down like that? So just visualizing how that actually affects the muscle helps you understand why you do it, an exercise a specific way, and how it actually targets your muscle, and that way you can focus more on what area you're actually targeting. You're not just doing it just to do it. So again, the same form and technique applies. Hands straight, right down next to you. You're gonna curl it. Don't come up all the way. Down. Don't come down all the way either. So up, down, 2, 3, 6, straight up. You're gonna switch to the other hand after you do 12 reps on one hand, do the other side, 1, 2, 3. You can interchange as well, but if you're going lighter and you're kind of a beginner, I think it's best if you just focus on one at a time so that you can continually work that arm the whole time that you're doing it and not let it rest whenever you're switching off. That way you take more advantage of the actual workout and you're, working the muscle a little bit more than as opposed to switching it off and letting it rest. So that's the first exercise for the thickness in your arm. Now let's move on to another one. Okay, so the second exercise for the thickness of your bicep, we're gonna be using the straight bar and we're gonna be curling that pinkies on the tick marks right here. And it's very similar to the easy bar, except obviously that it's straight. And the fact that it's straight, you're gripping it a little bit differently and a slight variation than you will with the easy bar. So it does target your bicep differently just because of that variation that we also walked through a moment ago. So you're gonna keep the bar in front of you. Don't fully extend it. Bend your elbows a little bit. Chest out, stand straight, and curl. Don't come up all the way. Almost at the top. Let it come down. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that does it for biceps. That was the peak of the bicep and the thickness of the bicep. It's always good to combine both of those whenever you're doing arms, just to make a fully developed arm. In case you have a pretty decent peak because of your genetics or thickness, you might want to focus more on another one than the other. Yeah, incorporate those to your workout and yeah, get those gains.